Dude, weed.
Will come to understand.
Alright, I'll send you the copy.
As I have.
I've had it forever, so it's cool. Let me go get my comfy blanket. It's relatively cold. And then we'll begin. Like I said, this will be a full game. It says it takes 30 hours for the 100%, but 15 for general. Is there like multiple stories, or is it just like a lot of side shit in this game? I don't know. It's a mystery. Thought I had you on Steam, but I don't see you anymore. Maybe you have a different name now. Game has paths, you pick a color at the start. Oh. Wonder if it's worth playing all the paths. Maybe I don't have you on Steam. Maybe you just mentioned having Steam. Let me add you. It's gotta be the dude with the Remember 11 fucking picture. Green is considered the easiest. It's not very different. Just gameplay. Okay. Yeah, if it's just gameplay differences, then whatever. I don't mind going with the easiest path. It just depends on how fun the gameplay is. If the gameplay's like spooky, like because it's shit, then probably won't. What's up though, elbow chick? Got it all working. Oh fuck, dude. I'll send this your way later. I sent you a friend request. Vanishing now. Goodbye, young prince. Good luck with the bing bings and the workies. Alright, boys. One man leaves, another one enters. Anybody know any horror games set like in the desert? Like in like an American kind of like wasteland desert? Parasite Eve 2 is kind of similar to what I'm thinking. There was an RPG Maker game that was, which was cool, but I've already seen a full playthrough of it. I like that setting for horror. It's usually pretty fresh, but you don't see it very often.
understand fear as I have.
It's like GameStop's got like a rental service coming out. Okay, let's get started. So this game, it was supposed to be pretty spooky, but I don't know if it's like actually spooky. Maybe more for its time periods. I know it's supposed to do a lot of like fourth wall breaking shit. I don't care really how spooky it is, as long as it's kind of got like a general spooky vibe.
Flesh, bone, bound together with the oddest magical incantation. This wretched book is
There you
where
go,
it all
Silicon
began
Knights.
so long ago. Before time, before humanity. I am Dr. Edward Roivas. I am a clinical psychologist. I am also dead. This is not my story, nor even the story of the Roivas family. It is the story of humanity. Like it or not, believe it or not, as you will. Your perceptions will not change reality, but simply color it. Humanity has been on the edge of extinction for 2 millennia, ignorant of so much and dependent on so few. The Guardians grow restless. Their time once again near. Whether by fate or misfortune, my family has crossed their path, and they didn't take kindly to it. Their attention turns to my granddaughter, for she is the last of my line, and the last hope for humanity.
Oh, shotguns, man. See if there's any issues. There's supposed to be like slight lag on like your first time loading some textures, otherwise it's totally fine.
Remember me, Alex?
Hello?
Miss Alexandra Roivas?
Yeah, who's this?
This is Inspector LaGrasse of the Rhode Island Police. I'm sorry to disturb you, but there's been an accident with your grandfather.
I'll be on the next flight out.
So what was the basic gist at the beginning there?
Ah, Miss Roivas, I'm pleased to meet you.
Saving the
Trust you
world
had a
from
pleasant
what?
trip?
Yes, I suppose so, considering.
Yes, my condolences. This is most unpleasant. It's a shame we couldn't meet under brighter circumstances.
Yes, it is. Can we get this over with, please?
Of course, this way. But I must warn you, it's not a pleasant sight. I'm afraid there's not much to see.
Probably Ripper. It's a huge cult classic.
Miss Roivas, is that your grandfather, Edward?
Yes, it's him. He's wearing our family ring. I don't understand. Why are you showing me this? Can't you check dental records or something? What is wrong with you?
I'm sorry. It's my job, lady. You're the only living relative, and no, we can't.
Yeah, I like you just sipping coffee.
There's no head. No, none of this makes sense. There's no sign of intrusion, and there was certainly a lot of force used here.
Might not even be.
I've never seen anything like this in my 20 years on the force. We have no evidence except for
Him.
the body, and what's left doesn't say much. Ugh, we don't have a single clue.
Well, you better find out who did this. I'm not leaving Rhode Island until you do. There must be some clue in this old mansion revealing what happened. I want answers.
So do I. I wish I had some.
Empathy not found. Alright, boys. My 10 pull. Remember when the gotcha destroyed me? It's time for another one, man. This music is how I'm feeling. So I didn't catch everything at the very beginning of the intro. I feel like it'll be alright, though. So this game was made by Silicon Knights, which is the legacy of Kane people and the Two Human. So they went under. But we will see. The Devil's Game is 5 minutes in a horse stream. I've already been playing it before, man. I'm finishing up right now, man. I just got fucked again, man. I just got raped. Let me link this to somebody and we'll get started. He did it in reverse, man. I just don't want any distractions once we get going. Alright, oh, I got fucking obliterated again. Saving that 10 pull for a while now. What the fuck? Is my controller going nuts? Oh, it's an up and down scroll. I figured just like an A press. It would be here. It's supposed to be a spoopy stream, and nothing spoopier than gotcha rolls, man. Alright. I don't know how much of this game you guys know about, but considering switching some control setup here. Let's do that. Just want to get that all out of the way. A button. Let's put B button over here. Luckily, since the GameCube controller has A, B, X, and Y, I can just map the GameCube controller straight to the Xbox One controller. All the layout will be slightly different because B and X are on different sides. On-screen prompts will be easier, so we'll just stick with it and see how it is. Alright. Stereo surround sound. I was like, oh, that's not the default option. Can you really 16:9 this shit? I think I'll just leave it on the standard. Ahead of its time, bro. It'll be weird examining shit with B, but at least it'll look normal. Can't remember if Nintendo paid for this themselves or. This was all Silicon Knights. $333. Yes. It's a dresser key. Why is the B button like everything? Like, I guess the B button on the GameCube controller is like the most natural one to hit. I could just switch it back. Yeah, I'll switch it back. It's easier for most games. I should really stick with the layout. Like, I can just work my mind around it. I've played enough GameCube where I don't think it'll be a big deal. Alright. It's a cool house. It's kind of comfy in a way. The Roivos family tree. Hangs from the wall. Yeah, how the game's supposed to be is you play through like a number of different characters throughout history or some shit. I don't know how exactly it works, but that's the gist. This bitch got some butt cheek movement. What is going on with this? Why not? Oops. Let her be dragon her. Yeah, the game's supposed to be pretty good when it comes to the emulation. The only issues we're gonna have is a slight freeze every time like a brand new texture is loaded, like en masse. If there aren't any other performance issues, I can just probably adjust it myself. Probably just from having it too high. I've only got it on 2 times right now though, so shouldn't be that much. Oh, sprint. What are we looking at? That gonna be useful at some point. This is empty back here. I don't know, there's so much like puzzle and mystery and shit. Which is good. I like me a little bit of mystery. Question is it just puzzle mystery at the beginning? I don't know how puzzle mystery works into a like history spanning plotline kind of thing. Combat and everything. Breathing sounds weird. Perhaps there's a way of repairing it. Fucking good ass key, dude. Maybe we're not supposed to repair it. Oh, it's fucking broken before the fucking shit even. Ugh. They don't make keys like they used to, man. I guess when you're this rich, you gotta cut corners somewhere, man. What is this shit? This is the fire just roasting. Just makes me think of that dude with the coffee. Just like, why is there a fire just roasting here? So rich, you got a fucking legit fireplace in your kitchen, dude. My grandpa got fucked though, but I mean his head's gone, dude. You can't really expect it 100% to be him. Yeah, I don't know how many Silicon Knights games I've played, but you always hear about this one. This one in Legacy of Kain. Probably get some drink here soon. I keep trying to just get 7 hours of sleep, and my body has to adjust to it, so I'm a little wiped. I don't know if it's supposed to be like spoopy breathing, like there's extra breathing going on, or what. Somewhere to go to fix the key. I guess I'm gonna have to turn on some light somehow. Keep waking up at like 2 to 3 a.m. recently. Why? Like just in the middle of your sleep, or that's just what your schedule's like? To wake up and go back to sleep? It's weird what the body makes like a habit. I've had that before where I just wake up halfway through all the time. It was way back. I'll try to go to bed. Maybe a little earlier tonight, we'll see. Just want to be waking up and starting the stream like you know, 8 to 12. I don't want to push it much farther back beyond that. Oh, the dresser. We should probably try that. I don't know where the dude's room is, though. This is the kitchen, isn't it? No, the kitchen was close by. It's like a dining room. This was the kitchen. Shouldn't be a need for a dresser in here. Watching Mario Odyssey, maybe just want to play the game. Just looks fun. Oh yeah, it does look fun. I'm trying not to look too much into it. I'm just gonna be patient and wait. Save me $60. So I don't know if I'll replay it, you know, with all the games we got. Yeah. Yeah, dude, all the Mario games are really fun. The 3D platformers, man. There's not a bad one. Straight up. They're all pretty high god tier. Alright. I feel like we gotta figure out what's going on in here. So I don't know how we'd get this shit started. Obviously, we're not really making a whole lot of adjustments. But it emulates for more Galaxy. Figure my Wiimote to work someday. Yeah, that's a pretty cool one, dude. 64 and Sunshine won't. None of them really outdate the other one. Like Mario 64 still has the best level design. Sunshine still has the best mechanics. Galaxy is just like really unique. More linear and shit. 3D World, I guess, kind of shares a little bit of everything. It wouldn't invalidate anything, but it's definitely worth going through. And Odyssey, it seems like it's its own deal. Look at this bitch's creep. Bing bamba bing bamba bing bamba boom bing bamba bing bamba bing bamba boom. She fucking imagine her snapping every time she fucking starts creeping. They gave her a lot of booty butt cheek movement for some reason. Oh. Wasn't it 333? Was that the other one was set out or some shit? 2 minutes to midnight. Bing baba bing baba bing baba boo. close out of some shit. That's a Finnish last name. Maybe it's a Finnish heritage in the family. Roivos. It's a pretty cool name. Oops. It's always funny getting the cutscenes, the pre-rendereds. Cthulhu.
I had no knowledge of what was to come, nor did I care. How the knowledge changed me
Do you guys need more
will
volume?
also change you. As you read this, you will come to learn fear as I have. You too will come to understand, or you will perish. To think that once I could not see beyond the veil of our reality.
Don't need more volume.
To
Alright.
see those who dwell behind. My life now has purpose, for I have learned the frailty of flesh and bone. I was once a fool. Where is quies candamest? Where is conservandi? Facusatis aquae sumat, et animus eorum conferma. Pugna huis, dia sit modo prima multarum, si inceptum conficiamus.
Quam primum, Centurio Augustus. I would like to compliment you once more on your battle tactics. Our enemies did not have a chance. Do you believe that it really exists, Centurion?
I do not doubt our Emperor's beliefs, or his orders. But if we are to retrieve the artifact, then we must be strong.
Yeah, they switched the language. They could have just kept it fucking subtitles for me, man, but I'm guessing they wanted to just give you the idea and then have it be easily digestible. Ancient Roman language? I'm not sure. Not sure at all, really. I don't want to say Latin, but maybe maybe it is. Like I said, there's a slight hang every time, like a brand new texture, set of textures is loaded. They wrote Latin and spoke vulgar Latin. There you go, man. Oh yeah. The trial by combat. Devil May Cry. Darkness Edition. Finish him, man. The granite block. Music seems cool in this game. I wonder if there's a way to block. The Gladius. Alright. Grab them all. So this dude was in the middle of a fight, and then he gets just like baited to go into some crazy labyrinth. It was all pretty quick. So I don't even fucking... I didn't follow exactly what all happened. Oops. Shit, man. The fucking droves, man. That's from the age where you had to read a manual. I think there was pretty thick manuals at this point, but I don't think you had to read them now. They've explained all the stories so far. Just wasn't sure exactly how he ended up here. I think he just would happen to be next to like some ruin, and then something was calling his name. I think this was the last generation there. There's like really thick manuals. I remember some GameCube ones being pretty large. I think Xbox generation is where, like, you know, PS3 and shit was where manuals started disappearing. You know, they added like a bar to the top of Discord, which is really good, so I can actually drag it around. It's actually kind of a bitch where you could actually drag in Discord, and especially streamer mode bullshit. I'm guessing this guy is going to be simple enough. I'm just going to keep going down. Can lock on MA with the R button? Oh. What the fuck? Oh, there's like body parts and shit you can lock onto. What the fuck? Maybe I should be looking at the manual, man. Shit, bro. It's probably said that somewhere, but they tell you like once, you know, and I'm not fully always paying attention. Look at this shit, man. 27 pages, man. Let me read the synopsis real quick. I guess we can. Oops, that's not it. Wrong Chrome there, game. Okay. Our planet belonged to another species. Ancients. This sounds like some Cthulhu shit, man. Probably will be. I'll read this just to get the idea again. I think they've already said this stuff at the very beginning. And before the fucking detectives, a fucking one of these dudes, man. A war. That's a cool idea. P.S. Augustus. Persia. Cambodia. Dr. Maximilian Roivas. Oh, they don't show everybody. That's probably for the best. They're supposed to be like an assload of characters. Any other bullshit we want? A button attacks. You want to target. I guess they don't show you everything though. I guess it's like you're not trying to sell them on it, you know, so why would you show them everything in here? Fucking guides like this are a lost art, man. Rather had to write up a full fucking thing with the graphics and all that. When you're located by creatures, a sanity loss occurs. Oh, I forgot this game. It's one of the first ones to actually use sanity that I can think of. It's the oldest one I think that I can think that I think I can think of. Like a 200-page manual for Guild Wars 2 or 1, Jesus Christ. That's nuts. It's just like the full guide pretty much. It's like, man, you got the internet nowadays, right? Internet back then too, but I guess it's still a big thing to have. Manuals. Finishing blow. Restores your sanity. Okay. An autopsy. Spell casting. Guessing they'll teach us this shit. Game had awesome artwork, like in the manual or just in general. I've seen the covers for the game and shit, and some of the gameplay, but I remember the covers were cool. I remember that like blonde ponytail bitch, or dual tails, whatever, twin tails. Look good. I'm sure we'll figure the spell shit out as we go. Seems pretty complicated though. Leave that open just in case. Alright, since we're already taking a break, I'm gonna go grab some iced coffee. Sorry for the slow start. I'm like a list spin up like this. I'm a tired boy. going again. So many skellies. If you're too afraid, man, you can hold my hammer. Then he can hold his dick. How many skellies are on the screen, boys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And 16 if you count my stream. Holy shit, that's a lot of skellies. This is a spooky game. Alright. This shirt is to wipe my face with. Because in the darkness with the right lighting, I look like a fucking oil slick for some reason. And this shirt's some old crappy work shirt. I haven't got any rags or nothing. I've got my blanket on wrong. No. You guys ever use the blankets and then you don't have it going long ways? It's suffering. This will be alright though. Makes my arms have the comfiness on them. Alright, let's go. Put my blanket on backwards or inside out. Inside out. Do you have like a snuggie or something, bro? How do you mean? I say when my blanket's fucking going short ways, man, not long ways. Fuck, how many times did I click out? Shit. I know what these granite blocks do. Oh, like a blanket with two different sides on it. One more soft, one's not. Yeah, I've got some blankets like that. Most of mine are it's interchangeable. Oh man, you can hit the side and shit. Holy fuck, man. Too many assholes, man. I don't know how he gets his health back. Compromising camera angle? Yeah, it's the we're getting fucked. The fucking camera angle. Maybe we'll hold on that for now. There might not be nowhere else to go. I might just have to eat shit. Shit. Oh yeah, Gordon, this is the two human developers, man. this relates to you, man. Need to be on a side where I don't get fucking titty fucked by the wall. You see what they want of this? This game's supposed to be pretty awesome though. This and Legacy of Kain are supposed to be great. It's because they made Two Human, they went out of business. They made a bunch of great games, but they weren't great enough to get them out of Two Human, man. Seems like their glory days were this generation. Like a lot of people, I think a lot of developers kind of don't make a jump to a new console generation, or some do. Most people I've heard enjoy Two Human for the most part. I just don't think it did well critically, and it had a lot of legal troubles. But it's fun to make fun of. Maybe I try it someday. If I'm gonna do any more Silicon Knights games, though, it would be the Legacy of Kain games. They got a weird use of B, man. Instead of A being the confirm and examine. I feel like this is before everything got really standardized. I feel like PS1 N64 is like the fucking Wild West. Everybody had a different button configuration just per game. Gamecube, it starts to be a little more standard, like that era, but so there's some still like wonky shit. But nowadays, like every game, if they have like a similar mechanic, they controlled like the same way. Which, I mean, you could say is maybe shitty. Sometimes it kind of stagnates it, but I feel like having standardized controls, like if you're gonna examine something like it being A, like nowadays, I mean, I don't think that's like a bad thing. Less shit you gotta worry about. Oh, that probably opened that door back here, right? I'm pretty excited to see all the different shit in the game, though. I'm liking how much variety there's going to be. Be one of those that'd be cool to see, like, on a modern system or something, PC. It'll just be so many different art styles and shit. We'll see, though. Oh, they just teach you now. Good fuck, brother. So it's weird, there's like an examine, and then a detail, and then there's like some kind of confirm, you know? It's like 3 button presses to do one thing. Where's my XP? Yeah, where's my skill tree, dude? It's weird having B be all the examine shit, and then A still being the confirm. Oh, and A is attack in this instead of like B. I feel like they should have just swapped it. But we'll get used to it. It's the day a new episode of DSA comes out. Oh, have you been actually watching it religiously? Apparently green's the easiest. I'm just gonna go for it. I don't have any reason not to. Go with the most enjoyable. It's mainly supposed to change the gameplay. One, two, three, five. My man got fucked, dude.
Eons have passed since then. and I have learned much. I was once as naive as a child, but now my mind is sharp. With the power of Xelatoth, I can now read the thoughts of others and make them raving mad with a mere suggestion. Face me, and you shall surely perish.
Because the fucking adaptation seems half-assed, like piece of shit, man. Alright. Well, there's chapter 1. Or whatever. What's on his wall here? Chapter page. The Binding of the Corpse God.
I cannot say what was the true beginning, nor am I sure of its end. So perhaps here is the best place to start. I am reminded of ideas I first encountered in Sir James George Fraser's book, The Golden Bough, a study in magic and religion. We are overwhelmed by a very human need to weave a web of meaning where there may be none. Since time immemorial, ancient peoples have dressed up their lack of knowledge as gods and demons. I have discovered that sometimes the fates of gods and mortals intertwine, and legends are born.
Who are we playing as now, man? Grill?
Thy time is done, great ancient. Forever in shadow will you be master of chaos, and to fade to nothing in obscurity will be thy fate. My master has planned many millennia for this day. It is the true chaos of all things that you now must be entombed amongst the beings of flesh and bone.
You have a great monument here, Mantarok. It is a pity that no one will ever recognize it as yours. May the darkness claim thee, crawling chaos and damned beast. No longer will thy reign be kept over the ancients you have kept imprisoned. Thou hast seen the last of this world.
It's a WoW raid boss, yeah. This is definitely inspired by some fucking Lovecraft, man. I ain't playing around on this one.
Not even these mythical fables can keep me amused.
Cthulhu reminds me more of the Maw guy.
I only wish something that fantastic and
And
of purpose could happen to me.
Holdor. What was his name in Holdor? Yogg-Saron, yeah. They're pretty much the same shit, though. I think Cthulhu had a big, like, Maw thing, too. After the first phase with the eye. Damn, this bitch is quick! Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia. So it's not supposed to change the game. It's not supposed to change the story, but how does it change the gameplay, not the story? Do you just play as somebody else in the same part? Maybe the story in between the fighting and shit's different. Might as well take it, man. This is a cool idea, though. I mean, for sure. It's got 10 uses to healer. And all these different time periods and shit. Depending on how long they are and stuff. Different gameplay. Time of day and candles.